What's up, Lite Nation?
Hey, what's going on, Lite Nation?
So today we have an extremely busy day.
Crazy busy day.
Crazy busy day. But first things first, we were actually at Maximum Off-Road Transmissions, where we dropped off, if you remember, our extremely
broken
transmission.
Unknowingly broken transmission.
A while ago, and they finished it a while ago, but this is the first time we've had the opportunity to actually come pick it up, and holy guacamole, it looks brand new.
Okay guys, this is Chris, the main man over here at Maximum Off-Road Transmission. And he took insanely good care of us here with everything that had to be done. Now when we pulled it out, you remember, it had a couple ears broken, and I was like, we have to buy a new transmission. This is the bell housing to the transmission.
Which looks, it's dirty, but hey, no big deal, right?
And it bolts to the engine, but there's that, and then there's that. So we bring it over here, and he's like, "No, you don't have to buy a new transmission." And what did you do to my transmission?
So what we pretty much did, because it's kind of a common problem with the stock case on a 4L80E, it's common for them to break around the cast ears and whatnot. So we'll actually cut off the front of the bell on our mill. We have a little setup that we do, and then cut the bell off, and then machine the pump face so that it can accept the reed bell housing.
So this is all a bolt-on now. So this doesn't fit. So you guys have to machine the pump down and then make it so that this can actually bolt onto the pump.
Adapter bolts to the pump, then the adapter holds the bell.
And this is a shit ton stronger than our factory.
Yeah, you will not break. I mean, unless you lose a drive line that smacks into the bell housing, that would probably be the only thing that's going to break that.
Don't do that.
Let's make sure we don't do that. So that's not where it stops. So we actually sent the torque converter out. You guys sent it out. They cut it open. They rebuild the torque converter.
We did a full prep on the converter where they cut it apart, replaced the bearings.
But you found a few actual issues in the transmission.
A little bit of like you had a forward drum that was out, showed some wear, so we needed to replace the forward drum. The clutches were showing a little bit of wear, so we replaced those as well. Bottom of the back of the chassis was hitting the back of the pan, where some electronics were getting, kind of hit.
So the shift solenoids are in the very back, and there's a crossbar from the chassis that kind of runs under there. And what happens is it was crushing the shift solenoid. So luckily we got it to him, and he was able to figure that out because we were able to replace the shift solenoids. Otherwise we would have been dead in the water.
But the good news with that too is it means we now know that we have a clearance issue, which we kind of knew, but we know it's more extensive than we thought. So we know that there's a clearancing situation we need to take care of before this goes back into the Ultra 4 car.
Right. And then one other thing that was extremely helpful that he had educated me on was not to run the vehicle in drive, right? Like when we were talking about that, and people burn up these transmissions just leaving them in drive.
Running off of the overdrive sprag without having, like in your manual gears, you have an overrun clutch that will apply around that sprag, which really strengthens everything behind it. That's your engine brake for, third gear, second gear, and first gear. When you're in only fourth gear position, you're only driving off of the overdrive sprag in the lower gears until you get to fourth.
Which is how I've been driving, and rock crawling is probably not really good to be on the brake and gas constantly. It creates a lot of heat and a lot of wear. And
So for the most part, I mean, you're never going to end up being, when you're in high range, you're never going to be in fourth gear when you're in a race car situation unless you're hitting into the lake bed. So I just recommend you have it in third gear position, and then if you end up needing fourth gear position, or if you're in low range and you need
just
fourth
click
gear,
up to fourth.
You can bump up into fourth, no problem. You're overriding the sprag once you're in fourth. It's when you're in any of the gears less, you're actually driving off of that sprag.
So I didn't know any of that, and so now I know I need to drive. I haven't been driving in third gear at all. I just put it in drive and go. Just put it in drive and race. So that was a huge benefit that we brought it here, because nobody's told me that.
Everything's going to be the same as far as shifting and all that stuff. When you're in the third gear position, everything should be electronically controlled. You're going to go, downshift, upshift, all that stuff, but you're just going to stop at third gear, but you have that overrun clutch applied when you're in that third gear position, which is going to help
less chance of things breaking, essentially that way.
Well, just the overdrive sprag.
The overdrive sprag.
Once that overdrive sprag goes, you're pretty much dead in the water.
And that's the weakest part of the transmission to begin with, as far as that goes. So now I know driving third, and if I need fourth, like I'm in the lake bed, we're hitting 100 and something miles an hour, and then
in
hit
fourth, you're overriding around that spread. It's spinning back through it because you're in overdrive, so it's spinning around.
It's only when you're in the other gears, but in that position.
Right.
Super crazy. Didn't know about it. Now we know. So I want to actually show you guys something cool. Okay, so see this beautiful Chevrolet here? So
Look at that.
this pickup is set up so they can swap out transmissions in.
Take him 15 minutes to throw a transmission in, get it ready to go test.
So they have all different lengths, drive shafts for everything. So what this is they take every transmission they build here and it gets put into this truck and they run it up and down the road and check all the pressures and shifting and everything before it ever gets shipped back out to you guys.
It's a test mule.
It's a test mule. So you guys just have different oh look, the cross member slides?
Slides, yeah.
Oh, look at it. So the cross
lines.
member slides, so it goes to the tail housing of the transmission, and then they have just quick disconnect lines.
Trans in there right now?
4080, full manual.
So can you see that on the camera? Can you see how this is rails that are welded inside the frame, and then it slides so they can bolt it up to any transmission. Then it all bolts up to the same engine. And
Different drive
That's
shafts.
then here's all the
pretty
different
cool.
drive. So here's all your different drive shafts to make sure that they can hook it up. So that's pretty cool. I haven't seen that anywhere before. They're like, nope, every transmission's getting tested in a vehicle. And then they have sensors hooked up to it so they know the line pressure in every single gear, how it's shifting. Somebody can feel it and make sure. So that way they don't send it out to somebody, they put it in the car and they're like, this transmission, there's something wrong with it. And they're like, no, we literally have it in a truck and we tested it.
That's pretty rad, you guys.
We've probably been 13, probably 12 to 13,000 transmissions ran through that.
In the last how long?
Probably 15 years.
13,000 transmissions in this truck.
Okay guys, so Brittany is inside getting LASIK done. She wears contacts. She lost her glasses a couple years ago. We're getting ready for King of the Hammers, and it's a very dusty race. And I was kind of concerned about her wearing contacts and getting dust in them and not being able to flush them out during the race. So I made her an appointment to get LASIK eye surgery. And she's pretty nervous about it, but she's going through with it. She's like a negative 4.5 or something. She hasn't been able to wear contacts for over a week now, but today's the day. And I was just gonna kind of go over and give you guys an update of what we've been going through out here in California. I don't think everybody realizes just how much needs to be done to get ready for the Ultra 4 for the King of the Hammers race. Now, generally, most of these people who race have shops, have tools, have a home, have places to work on everything. Unfortunately, we do not. I possess some of the skill. I wouldn't say all of it. I possess a great deal of it, but I don't have the tools. I don't have any of the stuff to do it. So let's go over briefly where everything's at. So the Ultra 4 car is being worked on at DCD Customs in Chatsworth. We just got the transfer case done, which you saw by Advanced Adapters. That actually happened same day. The transmission is over at Maximum Transmission in Hesperia, California. The rear third member is at Tubeworks down in, I believe it's Rancho Cucamonga. What are we missing? Oh, the engine, of course, the engine. So the engine is at CBM Motorsports. Everything is freaking everywhere. We're having to drive around from place to place. On top of that, we've done some wheeling and some traveling for the holidays. But guys, just from Hesperia, where we're staying, all the way to Chatsworth to DCD Customs is almost a 2-hour drive each way. And then everything else is usually about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour and a half. And we are running ragged all across the whole LA area to get this ready. And it's all coming together all this week. So right now, I'm heading over to Tubeworks, where they just put on a new rear pinion support. They have their own custom proprietary pinion support, along with new rear gears, and they said bolts and all needed to be done. It was expensive. It was like, oh, to give you an idea, the rear third member, to have it rebuilt with new gears with the Tubeworks setup, was like $3,400 to rebuild just the rear third member. That's not rebuilding the whole rear axle. That is literally just rebuilding the rear third member with a super awesome rear pinion support from Tubeworks, plus new gears. The gears are like $1,200 alone just for the gears, plus all their labor and all the extra and all the hard parts. But holy crap, I had no idea it was gonna be this expensive. I mean, I knew it was gonna be some money, don't get me wrong. I knew we were gonna be spending money. This is a once-in-a-lifetime deal, once-in-a-lifetime chance, but I didn't. Let's go pick it up. Okay, so I couldn't unfortunately film anything at Tubeworks. Everything that they do there is very proprietary. But I can show you what they did to mine, because obviously that's not filming inside their shop. Out with the old, in with the new. This is the new Tubeworks duplex pinion support system. It's supposed to be the baddest of the baddest out in the market right now. All the big racers are using it. Nobody's having any gear failures or issues. You can see our new billet yoke as well. This thing is super beefy. And then we also had to go with new ring and pinion, because if you look at our old one, you will see right there that is not happy. And even the ring gear is pretty messed up. It maybe would have lasted, I don't know. Brittany is doing fine. She had her LASIK done. She didn't want to be on camera because they tape this clear glasses to you with holes in it, and then put these other glasses, and you kind of look like a bug. She's still beautiful, a beautiful bug, but she did not want to be on camera at all for any reason. So yeah, we're getting ready, guys. And King of the Hammers, it's coming up. I'm almost starting to get kind of stressed over it, but I guess we'll just keep you updated on everything that's going on.
No rest for the wicked. All right, so 24 hours after my LASIK eye surgery, we are out in Johnson Valley. Why? Because they officially announced that there will be an all-new, never-before used trail for King of the Hammers, and that it's never been in the race before. Supposedly it has been cut, but it's a very not well-known trail, and we've never heard of it. Lots of people have never heard of it, and so we are on our way right now to go see if we can A, find it, and then B, walk it. It is not something that our Jeep can do, period, end of story. At least not without significant damage and potential injury, but we need to see what this thing looks like, because...
And not alone either.
Yeah, definitely we're by ourselves right now, so we don't want to actually attempt the trail, but we do want to try to walk it, because we need to know what we're up against. We don't want the very first time that we hit this brand new trail to be during the race, for very obvious reasons. Ugh. The good news for us is, though, at least we'll be coming down rather than up. Not that that really mitigates the possibility of flipping or rolling a rig, because
We're cutting tires everywhere here. I'm glad we're on Nittos, which are the freaking strongest tires out here. So.
And the downside is this is one of the very last trails. I think it's like the second to last trail that we have to do on the entire race, which means that there is a 99.9% chance that we will be doing all of this in the dark.
99.9%, not 100% chance we're doing the dark.
Mostly, probably though, we will.
So this looks to be the entrance of King's Graveyard here. You can't really see the massive size of these rocks. It's pretty crazy. Now, luckily we're not going up it, we're going down it. Me and Brittany just hiked down the whole thing to pick out some lines, and going up it is way, way, way up there. But this whole trail is massive boulders, loose rock. All this is crazy loose. So good thing, I guess, we're not going up it. That would probably, it's possible, definitely doable. There's guys up here right now. Cody Wagner and Johnny and Jesus are all here going up it. But that's taking your time in a rock crawling buggy. But look at this. It's pretty crazy. I wouldn't say it's a Jeep friendly trail. There's a couple spots that are super duper tight, and in a 4-door Jeep, it's not gonna be fun. Doable, but body damage central for sure. If you had something you didn't care about the body damage, it wouldn't be a big deal. Whew, I am out of breath. Oh.
Okay.
For BU, you be.
You know what the good news is?
What?
You didn't fall. You know what the bad news is?
What?
still have like half a mile up to
I know.
Jelly bean, Kevin, you can't leave her down there. She can't make it up that.
Jeez. Why don't we just sit on somebody's roof? Okay, I gotta stop recording for a minute because I'm tired. Look how steep this is. Yeah, I need both hands to make it the rest of the way right now. Whew.
How you doing, babe?
Need water. Everything's dry.
Because we're totally adults and we decided to hike down the entire mountain without bringing water bottles with us because preparedness.
I didn't know.
All right, keep trudging. Geraldine, you're like a little mountain goat. You're crazy.
All right, now we're heading over to JE Reel to pick up all our drive shafts that we dropped off. How long ago we dropped those off? A little while ago. Maybe around Thanksgiving. I don't know, somewhere around that. Okay, so we have 2 rears, 2 fronts, and then this is that little front kind of intermediate one that attaches with the bearing. This is gonna just bolt right back on how it is. We'll throw a rear on, and then that way we have a spare front and rear. This little guy shouldn't break, and if it does, it's not very accessible, but this isn't where we'd have the issue. The issue is always hitting on rocks and stuff down there and then hitting the rear. So if you come out of the rocks and you completely mangle one of these, which I doubt. I mean, these are Canyon Crawler series and they are super beefy. It's the same thing we actually run on the JL, but no, we're all set. I think this is the last stop before we head over to DCD. Well, if this isn't scary as can be, watching the little engine back there, little engine that could. The California highways are so bad. As I was hitting bumps, and I mean, I was doing like 65, I slowed down to 60, 55, even like 50 miles an hour on the highway. And the roads are so bad, I'm literally watching the engine just jump up off the deck. Yeah, I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, you gotta shake it. That ain't going nowhere.
Shake test?
That ain't going nowhere. And it happened so many times that finally it did bust a strap, and now I'm literally just stuck. Pulled over as soon as I could. I'm right at the Y on an off ramp, and I've got 18 wheelers going by me both sides. I just fixed it. I didn't film me fixing it because it's way too dangerous, but oh man. Anyway, just keeping you guys along for the ride here. I'm trying to get everything over to DCD Customs right now. I literally have everything with me: the engine, the transmission, the transfer case, the rear end, all the drive shafts. I have freaking everything with me right now, and I can't go over the top because the coil packs and everything are mounted to the top. I have no tools with me in here to take them off. So I can't go over the top and strap it down. It'll crush the coil packs. So I just threw another strap on it. That's my last strap. All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and try and drive. Hopefully I don't lose a $20,000 motor onto the highway. Now that I'm thinking about it some more, in a sense, I've got all this time on my hands to drive all slow. I think having it all the way in the back of the trailer is part of the problem, because the back of the trailer whips the most, and when it hits a bump, it sends the back of the trailer into the air, and I think that's the issue. If we would have loaded it way up front, in front of the axles, right behind the truck, you see a lot less movement. Oh God, it's like right there. The whole trailer just came off the ground. Like literally the tires bounced and came off the ground. Well, if you're wondering, I made it safely to DCD Customs. There's the engine, hopefully still all in one piece. Check this out though. So when the strap broke and the engine started bouncing all over the place, take a look at this. Freaking bent the bracket. That is nuts. Like that used to be straight and now it's completely towed out. Towed out big time, huh?
Just a little bit.
Good thing it didn't break the block, but look at that. Freaking bent the whole thing. So now that we're DCD Customs, we can actually get started on everything. Here is one of the little piles of stuff. It's stuff from Rock Crawler, JE Reel. There's a box from Radflow, more Rock Crawler, box from Spider Tracks. I mean, there is a whole ton of stuff here. A very, very, very expensive pile. Not to mention everything else we actually have in the garage. Current situation, front diff, engine, tools everywhere, axles everywhere. Bomber in pieces, just pulled the front axle out, new arms. Yeah, we're supposed to be tuning on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Which means that it's finally time for it to all go back together. But you're gonna have to wait until next time, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all your Lite Brite Nation merch at litebritstudios.com, all your Lite Brite Nation decals at pixeldecals.com.
Pixeldecals.com, pixel decals.
We love you guys, and we will see you next time.
Later, guys. Hey Kelly, don't worry about getting a new front axle. I got a front Dana 44 right here for you. Look at this. Oh, wait. Whoops. I think, yeah, maybe that's not gonna work. Oh wait, there's the other half. Let's just JB weld that back together. There it is. Whoops.